Rob, I think you're probably a lot like me. You see a stock picture on a website and then you see the watch in person and perception totally changes. Either like it's super positive where it's like, yeah, that's about what I was expecting, or you're really disappointed and you're like, man, that just falls flat in person.
Yeah.
So I have 4 watches I want to share with you. Get your opinion, get your reaction. First, I'm going to show you the stock image.
Okay.
Then I'm going to hand you the watch.
Okay.
So
I
here's
love
the
it.
first image. We have a Grand Seiko. This is the Hotaka Peaks Snowflake, and it's a pink snowflake. So the reference number is the SBGA 497. What do you think about this image right here?
Okay. Having not seen it really like before, because I wasn't really looking, out, or I wasn't searching for a pink snowflake, I'm intrigued. It does seem pretty pink. Like it's vibrant pink. I like the splash of color there with the seconds hand on the, or not the seconds hand, excuse me, the power reserve. Like,
Sure.
it's awesome looking.
Okay, let me show you the watch. I got all of these watches I'm going to share with you from Exquisite Timepieces.
Okay.
I was like, hey, I want to see these. Can you send them? And they did. So yeah,
Wow.
what's the impression?
Okay, so having never seen this before in the flesh, honestly, I like it better than the picture.
Okay, so you think it looks better in person?
Only because this is a more pale, more
Muted?
muted,
Softer?
It's a very softer pink. It very much is more pleasing to me. It's not in your face.
Yeah. And I will say, I think Grand Seiko is guilty of this. When they show their renderings on their website, it's like super saturated when it comes to the color, very highlighted,
Yes.
very eye-catching. And then you see them in person, especially with pink, and it's not as bright as what
No,
the website shows.
I like this more in person than on that picture. Yeah. I would not consider if that's what it looked like in real life. If I walked past the case and I saw this, I mean, this is like the spring, the season collection. It's
But more saturated.
Yes, it's just a very nice tone where if you wanted to inject some color into your collection, you could. You could have fun with this, and it's not going to be something so garish.
Overpowering.
Yes.
So I will tell you, this is one that it's on my top 5 right now because I'm itching to buy a new watch.
Yeah.
And I'm searching around, and this is on the short list for me. I really like this.
I'm a fan. I mean, the titanium's light.
I would prefer stainless steel personally, but I don't mind the high intensity titanium.
I'm not gonna lie when I say probably my biggest gripe, and it's not a new one, and I'm not the only one.
Bracelet.
The bracelet.
And clasp.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think if you were to take this off, put it on a nice leather strap.
Oh, that'd be sharp.
And you could have yourself a real winner.
Yeah. A Mushi strap, right?
There we go.
Yeah.
I just don't know. The buckle, like the clasp, it just, I don't.
It's not perfect, but it's surprisingly better than you expected.
Yeah, no, I would walk away right now impressed from handling this in the flesh.
Let me throw another one at you. Let me take this back. All right. This is one that I have never seen in person. I've never seen this brand. Jacob & Company.
I have never seen this in the flesh.
So I've seen on Instagram all of the high-end complications, gem set, precious metal, one-off crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But there is an entry-level line for Jacob & Co. I have one here. This is the image. This is called the Epic X Skeleton, and I have the orange version because they have a whole bunch of different colors.
Wow.
What do you think about this image right here?
Okay, well, usually Jacob & Co. isn't something that I search out for.
Sure.
And definitely, I actually think it looks pretty decent. Like it's a more restrained, but yet
very stylish.
Very stylish and expressive piece. I'm kind of intrigued.
Here it is in person. The Epic X Skeleton. Let me hand it over.
Okay.
Tell me what you think. Is this better or not quite there, or about what you expected from that image?
I'm gonna say it's better for the case.
Dude, the case. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the strap, I can tell you already is worse.
It's like Barton silicon level.
I mean, as somebody who's played around a fair amount in the watch straps, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty bad.
It's kind of flimsy when it comes to the strap.
For what this watch is retailing for,
$22,000.
I would.
Which I will say, I was a little surprised you could get into Jacob & Co. for 22 grand.
Sure.
I thought I was at least looking at 30, 35, 22 for that.
Yeah, I mean, I could easily see somebody looking to spend that kind of money on something unique, something that is a conversation starter, something that isn't named Rolex or, something like that.
So let me tell you, Concepto movement, skeletonized, and it's like vertically laid out. So it's not totally asymmetrical. You've got the mainspring, the hand stack, the balance.
It's got a lot going on there.
It looks pretty sharp. The case is inspired by the Form X, hence the name, the Epic X. And you can see how the lugs kind of crisscross.
Yep, I'm looking at that right now. It's got a lot of ways that you can take this in, from different angles. And I like that when watches have different ways to appreciate them. It's not just, hey, look at the dial.
Yeah.
When you can look at a case and go, wow, look at that lug.
What's going on there?
Yeah, look at this. Look at how the case back looks or whatever.
The ultimate X-Men watch. Professor X needs that watch.
Exactly. This is standard issue for the X-Men.
Yeah. So I will also say I agree with you on both the Grand Seiko Hotaka Peaks and this Jacob & Co. I think it looks way better in person than I was anticipating. And that's the case with a lot of watches for me. But
here's a little ASMR for the viewers out there. It's got good crisp crunchiness.
Yeah.
All right,
let me show you another one, Rob. Let me put this on the screen. We have a Tag Heuer. This is a Monaco. We have the original kind of left-hand drive version of the crown with the function pushers on the right side. This is called the French Racing Blue in titanium. What do you think about this stock image right here?
I love it.
Okay.
There's nothing I can say bad about it.
You have high expectations.
I have extremely high expectations. The left-hand drive Monacos are actually on my short list, and they have been for a number of years.
Okay.
I'm partial to those. So.
All right. Well, here's the watch.
Okay.
Person. Titanium, like the previous two watches were.
Feels completely different than the Grand Seiko Titanium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot noticeable.
Darker, different finish.
Yes. Yeah. Darker finish. It's got that blasted finish. There's no polish.
I think it's entirely blasted.
Yeah, it looks like, I was just going to say, wondering if there might have been a bevel or something, but no, it's completely that blasted finish. It is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely.
Okay. I'm guessing this is better in person.
Yes.
And you already had high expectations.
I had very high expectations, and I'm getting a great sunburst dial. I'm getting a pop of color with that kind of neon yellow, greenish color. Yeah. But the blue, the hue of the blue is really good.
So retail price, I think, is a little over $9,000 for a watch that has a Dubois Duprat module. That's getting up there, right?
Yeah, and that's why I don't have one in the watch box.
That's why it's in the short list.
Yes.
You're always like, not quite, right?
Yes. I mean, it really is a great watch. It's got history. It's got great design. All these things.
It does. It has amazing history. Like, if you love the El Primero, you gotta love this one too, because it's right in there with that battle to be the first automatic chronograph.
And the look of it. I mean, there's not that many watches that have this kind of vibe.
1969,
yeah,
1970.
I mean, look at the way that they've cut and angled the pushers.
I love that crystal, how it's like square but rounded.
Yes, square but rounded. It follows the contours of the case. It looks blocky and chunky, but yet it wears quite svelte.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
Especially with titanium, right?
Yes. Yeah. Again, huge fan, but at its MSRP, no.
Like, you need a good discount.
I need something.
Yeah, you need something.
I need something. I need somebody to decide that they don't like it after a month or so.
Sweet. Oh, that's good. I feel pretty similarly to you, Rob.
That's a gorgeous watch.
Okay, I'm coming at you with one last one. This is an Omega. This is called the Seamaster Professional 300 Summer Blue. So it's part of the summer blue collection. Beautiful gradient dial. What do you think of this stock image from Omega?
I don't know. I'm undecided on
Undecided.
This. I'm
Okay.
undecided only for the fact that there are certain aspects of this watch that I really, really like,
Okay.
and then others that I'm not so hot on.
Okay. Well, tell me what you think of this in the metal,
Okay, in the metal.
on the rubber strap.
Yeah.
You don't look as enthused about this one.
I'll be honest. So the things that I don't like,
Uh-huh.
I don't like even more in the flesh.
Oh, okay. What stands out?
So for me, the indices, these light blue, baby blue indices,
Okay.
don't speak to me at all.
You would prefer like white?
Yes, give me,
Okay.
call me basic, whatever, but give me this cool dial, this nice, great dial. But
I would
give
say
me that
the
with some
dial
white.
is mesmerizing.
Yes,
Like,
I'm sitting here just talking to you, but I can't stop moving it
Yeah.
because it's catching light and I'm seeing the waves and all that. Like the ghosted out Omega, I'm okay with that being the baby blue, whatever. But the indices and the hands,
what about it in the bezel as the indexing? Is that also bugging?
yeah, again, it's just almost too monochromatic. There's just too much blue.
Gotcha.
And I mean, I get it, the whole blue.
Summer blue.
Yeah, summer blue. Again, I get it. But how great would that be with some white just infused in just a few places?
Because I work in the design kind of field for my normal job, I sometimes wonder how many prototypes were made of a particular design and who had final choice in saying, don't do that, do this Pantone color.
Right.
Like, how did they arrive at this final product? Did they really spend the time to flesh it out, or was it a faster process? Or, I'm kind of interested in that type of thing personally.
Sure. I mean, again, the date, the matching wheel and everything like that works. The baby blue works there. It's just, I need that contrast. To me, when I look at that, I feel like it almost
It's just too much blue?
yeah, it just dulls it for me a little
Okay.
too much.
So I'm not quite with you personally. This one is in my short list, but it's like, I don't know, around 10. It's not in the top 5 like the pink Grand Seiko is.
Okay.
I really like the way this looks in person.
The case back's awesome from what I can see without removing Exquisite sticker. It looks awesome there. The case, I mean, I know this watch is a great watch. I've handled them. I've never owned one. I've worn them for, various meetups and stuff for, 20 minutes or so. So
I think you would like the Seamaster.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of them.
We just got to find you the right one.
Yes,
it sounds like.
My current favorite is the Seaweed Monster.
Oh yeah, the seaweed is sweet.
Yeah, that
Seaweed's
green,
very cool.
I'm still a fan of that. But then again, that's got some pop of white on there.
It does.
They didn't go with the green on green.
Cool. Oh, well, I just think it's kind of a fun thing to do because I'm always either more impressed in person or a little bit more bummed out when I finally see a watch in the flesh, in the metal. And I'd say most often for me, it's usually I'm more impressed than I am disappointed. And
I would say the same thing. 3 out of the 4, I would definitely come away impressed with.
Yeah.
1, having never seen Jacob & Co. in person.
Yeah.
2, the Grand Seiko, the dial and everything is way better in person. I feel it looks a little cheaper online than it does in the metal.
Yeah.
The Heuer, amazing. I can't say
That's got to be your number one.
I can't. Out of those 4, yes, that would be mine. And then the one that kind of fell behind, I still think looks amazing in person, but there's just a few things that wouldn't be for me.
Gotcha. Well, fun. Everyone watching, if you have a question or a topic that you would love for me and Rob to kind of riff off of and talk about, let us know. Send us an email. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.